Hello everyone and welcome back to Game Droid and welcome back to a pit trap in 7 days on 7 days to die. As you can see, this is what we're going to be doing for a while. We're going to be digging and that's it. We're going to be digging a giant ring. The reason we're going to be digging a ring is you can undermine the land in the center and get a really easy rapid growth thing. So I'll leave it there and we will come back when I'm doing something interesting. Plenty of dirt so far. So I back to the house and I got some iron out of my forge and I'm making myself I've made myself an iron shovel. As you can see, much faster now. I'm also going to be buying up miner 69er. That probably, I'm not sure if that'll get cut out, but basically I'm going to be buying up the skill miner 69er to make it faster to improve myself, faster to increase my level. And this is it. I'm leaving a slope so that I can get in and out easily if zombies drop on top of me. I should really put a lid on this later on, but the lid takes a little while to construct, so I might not put a lid in immediately. But yeah, this is going to be the next few hours, so I will see you all in a little bit. So a lot of digging later on, and we are ready to do our first section of cutting off. So first going to make a few axes, again like crafting tools, level up tools as much as possible. Get your tools to a nice high level and it will give you a massive advantage with setting up a quick start. I don't know where the game audio has gone, but yeah, now I'm just digging out the sort of higher edge sections. And you can see I've made myself probably 5 deep. If I was to fall off this, I'd probably get a sprained ankle and take 10 damage. Most zombies would get away with not really taking any damage at all. But I'm still on the dirt layer and we're just digging out the sort of surround section. So you can see that I've kind of dug out my ring all the way around this section. Thinking about this, probably should have started with a 3x3. Don't really need more than a 3x3 to start because you can always use dirt and stone areas as the walls. But now I've reached the stone layer and I'm going to dig out the base of the pillar and you'll see what happens. This is a massive pillar. It would have taken ages to dig out, but by digging out the base I'm going to make this a lot easier. Going to see, there we go, most of it collapsing, and you can see that we get basically one layer of dirt. So instead of having to dig out, 8 layers deep, we only have to dig out 2 layers. We have to dig out the bottom layer to make it collapse, and then we have to dig out the layer that lands on the ground. Now it's even better with stone, because when stone collapses, instead of falling down and becoming stone again, it falls down and becomes gravel. And gravel is really easy to dig up. Really easy to dig up. So, oh, and there we have iron. So we've actually come down straight on top of an iron deposit now. So we're going to be a little bit harder to dig through because it's got 1000 HP, but it does mean we're going to have plenty of iron for making iron tools, which is going to give us a good advantage when it comes to making tools for the digging through the stone, because we're going to need iron picks really, because we want mining tools, because mining tools are quicker, because we bought miner 69er, and so we kind of want to work on mining through mining tools. So there we go. We've collapsed that. We can now dig up this layer, and you can see it's not even a full layer. We didn't even get a full layer from that particular collapse. We've got a partial layer, so it's nice and easy. And then once I've done this, I will start work on, depending on the time of day, I might start work on the stone. I might start myself an iron pick and start work on the stone. I don't have enough iron on me, but I do have enough iron in the forge back at home because I've just been throwing iron into the forge with clay, making myself some forged iron. It's not that expensive to make forged iron. I mean, 20 bars of forged iron for a pick is actually very little. So what I'll do is I'll dig this up and I will come back in a second. Okay, so I've built some frames and some ladders and I'm going to start the ladder climb out of here. This pit is a bit dangerous. You should really cover over, but again, covering over takes a little bit of time, so I'm not going to bother covering over. You should really cover over to stop zombies falling in on top of you. And again, you could make this a little bit faster by doing a 3x3. If you wanted to do a 3x3 instead of a 5x6, you could do a 3x3 down to the base layer and then dig outwards from it. You can have overhangs without too much risk. especially as you're going to put pillars around the 3x3 anyway, with the pillar and pit trap, hence the term pillar and pit trap. But what we're going to do tonight is we're actually going to do more digging tonight, because this is the entirety of what this pit and pillar trap build is like. So I'm going to make myself a iron pick, and if I've got time I'll go back and do a little picking, a little bit of stone digging. But if I don't have time, I'm going to do I have time? Yeah, why not? Let's see what we can get done. I'm actually going to start my escape tunnel, which will be the tunnel leading from the house to the pit, which will be the way I get from the house to the pit, which means that even if it's late at night and I hit the house before I hit the pit, I can always dip into the tunnel and get into the pit safely. The idea being that you should never be really sort of exposed after nighttime, and there's not really much I can do at night at the moment because this pit's not deep enough that zombies during non-horde nights won't spot me. And if zombies during non-horde nights spot me, then they're going to come down on top of me and they're going to be runners and they're going to be very hard to kill and I'll die. So I'm just grabbing a little bit of plant fiber so that I can continue crafting tools. Again, keep crafting all the time. As long as you've got resources to do it, you should be crafting, and that will give you higher level tools, especially now that I've gotten into iron tools. High level iron tools really do make a big difference. So gather resources and keep crafting those basic stone axes just to upgrade your tool construction skills. You can see I'm already climbing into yellows of tool construction, which is really good, and means that I've got some really good tools, especially for a day 3 character. So that's some gravel in the corner. Now, because I've hit an iron deposit, although iron takes longer to mine because iron is 1,000 rather than 500, which stone is, I do also have the advantage that iron deposits are always surrounded with gravel. And that means that gravel, which is really easy to dig through, is going to be going to sort of make up for the difficulty of mining through the iron. We just need basically one patch of gravel makes up for a patch of iron, and we'll probably end up finding a lot more gravel than we find iron in this area. But we're going to be digging, so I'll again see you in a little bit. Okay, so I've been mining for, as you can see, quite a while. I've done nothing interesting. I went and got some food from the house down the road. That's it. And I have been spending the entire rest of the time mining and just digging away non-stop. And that's it. That's all I've been doing. Pit and pillar trap, guys. I've been putting iron in the smeltery, making iron pickaxes. As you can see, my iron pickaxes are up nice and high. I haven't even bothered going to the merchant, and I have been digging. Last night I started my escape tunnel from my house to here. I did have one moment where I was detected by zombies, but all I did was run backwards up the escape tunnel and then crouch, and they lost me. So that doesn't matter to me at all. I'm going to grab some clay because I've got an awful lot of stuff waiting to be turned into forged iron and things like that. So I do need some clay, and I also want to make some adobe because I'm going to use adobe pillars. The reason I'm going to use adobe pillars in my pit and pillar trap rather than wooden pillars is adobe pillars take 1 clay and 1 sand to repair by 250 durability. So that's 250 durability for 1 clay and 1 sand, and for 1 swipe of a claw hammer. So that's really good. That means that even in a solo build, if something starts whacking your clay pillars, you've got a lot of time because they've got 1000 HP, and you can very easily repair them from 0 to 1000 with 4 swipes of your hammer, 4 clay and 4 sand, or from 1 to 1000 with 4 swipes of your hammer, 4 clay and 4 sand. So that's really, really easy to basically keep things safe. So I'm just going to dig up some of the clay. I'm using a stone shovel because the iron shovel I have back at home is almost destroyed and isn't as high level as the stone shovel, so they're pretty much of a muchness. They're pretty much the same damage, etc. Now, tonight I'm going to do the same thing I did last night, which is I'm going to dig the escape tunnel, or dig the access tunnel. I'll show you that because some people might be interested in the whole access tunnel digging. That's why I have a quick waypoint on top of my tunnel, on top of my pit trap. I have a quick waypoint on top of my pit trap so that at night I can use the map to navigate. And bear in mind, although things are set off at a 45-degree angle, the world is made of cubes. So you can actually plan it as if it's an isometric cube world. I'm going to make some torches because I've got the tallow now. Again, I killed and chopped up some zombies. I got myself a little bit of food at some point. I think I killed a stag that was next to the hole. It's all pretty basic stuff, and the pit and pillar trap is pretty difficult to build and extremely good as a way of defending yourself, but not really ideal as kind of like a thing to survive in. You kind of want to have the pit and pillar trap be not as things surviving, not ideal as a thing to show because it is just digging non-stop. It's just diggy 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 hole, diggy 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 hole, and that's it. There's nothing I can make pillar-wise in the smeltery at the moment that's going to be better than dough pillars. I could make rebar pillars, but then they take forged iron to repair them anyway. So no. Adobe pillars, because of the ease of repairing them, are much better. I'll switch on to my stone shovel, and my bow is wigging out in the cupboard. Fair enough. And you see that I'm undetected. I'm going to stay crouched to make sure I don't get detected. You uncrouch automatically on ladders, so remember to crouch once you get back into your cave. And we will continue building our escape tunnel. You can see that basically I've dug in straight lines for long periods of time and then kind of dug off at an angle, planning my route based upon where the flag is. I don't need a dead straight tunnel. I don't need to worry about digging ridiculously efficiently because once I actually get this tunnel up and going, I'll run from one end to the other in about as much time as it takes me to run from the house to the pit anyway. So I don't have to worry too much about that. Nice long escape tunnel. You can see how much I managed to dig in one night because you can dig all the way through the night. It's just like being on top of a building and crafting. One of the major things in 7 Days to Die to do is to find something to do with your night. Now, different people do different things, different people experience different sort of lives when it comes to nighttime at 7 Days to Die, but if you have run of zombies at night and you don't have a mini bike, you need to find something to do with your nighttime. Crafting, digging, if you've got a house that has an iron mine underneath it, it's great if you dig it down from inside the house down underground and you can find some iron. It's a great time to gather iron as a resource or stone as a resource. Set things crafting, sort your inventories, do something at night. And you'll see that basically it's the key to getting a long way in this. As I said, iron shovel's not doing much better than my stone shovel at the moment. And I actually found a little patch of gravel there, which means that I accidentally dug down a little bit because I wasn't paying attention. The problem with that is that directly in front of me now is probably going to be stone rather than gravel. Bloody torches disappearing into the walls. Yay, voxels! But yeah, this is going to be stone down there. And I'm going to have to dig either back up or dig a stone. So I'm going to have to keep digging. And this is going to be my night. I'm going to keep digging until morning, and I will see you all in the morning. Bye! Okay, so I've come home to sort my inventory, and also I want to dismantle the fridge and the cooler because I want to be making myself some electrical lighting, because I like electrical lighting much over torches. I much prefer having electrical lighting. So I've come back up, I'm going to sort everything out, get everything smelting, get everything crafting, dismantle a few things, and then I'll probably hit up the trader either this morning or tomorrow morning. And then we can see what there is available to buy, we can get everything set up. I will make sure I take some items to sell with me, and we'll also gather some resources on the way. But I'm just going to dismantle the fridge and the cooler to get some electrical components and maybe get a lighting rig together. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode. Bye!